Hi guys, Justin,
Molly.
and welcome back to our channel. Episode 3. We're getting there. Yeah, anyway. So, this week, for our mead, we're once again going back to the Nottingham Nectar. I really like this stuff.
Good.
This one is called Folklore and Fairy Tales. So, it's fun.
Folklore is good.
Folklore.
I like that. It's like history. All right. So what does this have in it? Mead, so honey.
Well, obviously, honey.
And
Mm, I don't really
guess we'll,
care.
guess we'll,
I
guess
just
we'll
want
have,
I just want to drink it.
we'll have to
Really,
taste it to
yeah,
figure it out.
yeah.
Surprise ourselves. In the horn.
Gotta have the horn. All right, go.
Skull. Mmm. Hmm. The name is fitting. Sounds like, or smells like, and tastes like folklore. Okay. Here's some more.
That's good. I like that
It's kind of a subdued reaction.
a little bit.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
weren't crazy about it?
No. I
That's
like. I like
okay.
it. No, I like it. It didn't. It's not. I mean,
It's like mellow. It's
very.
mellow.
Yeah. Hence my lack of jumping on the couch.
Yeah, I was expecting a little more.
Mhm.
This is good. I like it. I can't figure out what it tastes like though. It tastes like honey and something else.
Yeah.
Hmm. Is it mint?
No.
Oh,
No. It would be too strong.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. Hibiscus. Let's just go with hibiscus. That's always a good answer.
Okay. Maybe I should just read it.
The writing is really small.
Oh, wildflower honey. Okay, so it's
Like
just
hibiscus.
yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
basically just
Yeah.
straight. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. See, now I feel like we're getting spoiled because we're getting like more used to like the not just straight like mead. We're getting like,
Yeah.
oh, it has hibiscus and
Yeah.
ginger and da 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 da
Yeah.
da da. I feel like we started with the fancy ones too early.
There's just nuances that are really interesting in this,
Yeah.
though. It's like it always has a little something extra.
Mm.
Of the three that we've tried, I really like last week's a lot. It
Yes,
was so
yeah,
good.
that one was phenomenal.
So good.
I
That
think
was
that was probably my favorite.
Battle Cries. That
But
was
yeah,
good.
what
This
was it?
was
It was,
good.
it was
Battle Cries.
Battle Cry. Yeah,
Yeah. But folklore is also good
yeah,
because it has to do with history, which we love.
yes. Now, skull.
Skull.
And that takes us into one of tonight's topics. So, obviously, we're using all these random words. So, we thought we'd talk a little bit about where some of these words actually come from.
Yeah.
And obviously, every time we're always cheering, skull, skull. Now, and I'm sure there's somebody watching this that actually knows the correct like pronunciations to that. These are just the ones that I've heard and have used. So, feel free to please correct me on these. But so skull, I originally when I started, doing the whole horn thing and seeing it on the TV, we thought like, oh, okay, it's like I'm assuming that was just cheers,
Yeah.
hey, how whatever you say when when you're toasting your friends with alcohol. But little research we did and found out actually, so skull comes from the original, the root of the word goes back to basically meaning bowl. Bowl, or also can also mean the top of someone's head, a man's head, which is actually in English where we get the word skull from. But but when you would have the big feasts and parties and stuff, there would oftentimes be a communal bowl of beer or mead, and saying skull was basically, hey dude, pass me the beer bowl, which I'm actually legitimately surprised I've like never drank beer out of a bowl. Like
Maybe you
the
have, but you don't remember.
oh, it's
Maybe.
yeah, yeah. There's been a few of those nights. Ooh.
And another interesting thing you said is that Vikings actually drank more beer than mead.
From what I understand, yeah, beer was actually consumed more than mead. Mead was more of a, I guess, a celebratory type thing. You saved mead for, your feasts and your parties and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
The beer was just, I'm sitting around, the house drinking.
We're always
Juniper.
celebrating though,
Yeah,
so we
pretty much
stick
we're
with
always
stick with
celebrating.
mead.
Yeah.
Yeah, our lifestyle much better. So
pretty much it's like for us it would be like if you like just drank champagne all the time
oh wow, yeah,
instead of just having a beer or whatever. You'd like, oh no, I'm always drinking champagne.
that would be a
Like
life right
if you're
there.
doing that, your bar for celebration is like way too low.
That's true.
No,
Not every day is
no,
that
no,
kind of day.
no. So yeah, so I thought that was a cool piece of history. Where skull comes from. Saying I know in the past we've kind of talked about the word Viking or Viking, or we say Viking. Again, to my understanding, the earlier pronunciation would have been Viking, which actually was used more around the 12th, 14th century, which was about 100 or so years after, well, more actually after the end of the Viking era, but we think it comes from an old Norse word that had that root of Vik in it. Vik meaning man, also or man, raider, pirate. So again, Vikings were that was somewhat an activity you did. It was, hey, it's that time of year. We're going to go raid somebody
Yep.
and take their stuff. And yeah, pirate, raider, essentially sea raid. So ship to shore, I think we talked about it before. But yeah, so potentially it was essentially the root of the word goes back to being like amphibious warfare.
Amphibious warfare. We talked about that last week.
Yeah. I hate getting wet. I don't know. I hate the water. I'm just not a good. I'm a good swimmer. I'm just not a fan of like being wet. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, being cold.
Yeah, cold and wet and everything, which I didn't know was going to be a part of my military experience. Or like, well, I joined the Marines. Like, I didn't know what the word meant when I enlisted. I was 18. I was kind of an idiot. I didn't know what the word meant.
He survived.
I did, yeah. But anyway, now you were actually looking up something really cool this week about for this time of year with the festivals. So if you want to talk about that,
yeah. So speaking of this time of year, it's Halloween for a lot of people this week, but the October 28th is also the full moon, and the full moon coincides with the next season of life, which is going to be winter. And in Norse mythology, the holiday that is celebrated on the full moon in October is Winter Nights, which is going to be spoken. I'm going to say it. I could say it wrong, but it's Vinternatter, which is winter nights. And it's celebrated for 3 nights. It's celebrated on the full moon of October. And it changes because it's based on the lunar cycles. And as we know, lunar cycles are shorter than solar cycles. So that's why we have leap years. And this year is 2013. Next year is going to be a leap year. So earliest could be like the first week of October. And now that we're getting closer to the leap year, it's the end of the month, which is now basically. So that's what the Vikings would celebrate, Vinternatter, and they would have 3 nights of feasts, and every night would be a little bit different. But basically, there are certain things that they would do during this time of year, which is great. And we can also celebrate some of those things as well because it's fall. Raiding season essentially is ending or over because of the amphibious warfare. Obviously, it gets cold out there, so for the
ice freezes.
yeah, it's hard to travel on the boat.
How did your rating go this year?
I had a really good rating year.
Good rating year? Okay.
Yeah, cool. So it's good to look back.
A lot of plunder?
Yeah, I had
That's
a lot of
awesome.
plundering. Yeah, I conquered a lot this year. How about you?
Mine did not go well.
Oh, but it's okay. Yeah. This is what we're doing. We're going to reflect on the year. I had a good pillaging year. Yeah, and his was maybe not what he wanted, but that's okay because then we look forward to the next year and we make plans, and then we have the winter to build. Some people, if you're in the bodybuilding world, that could be called bulking season, but that's a different topic. But
we'll do a video on that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, you look what you did and you assess and look at how it went, and then you look forward and you take that little break to do some planning. So there's different things you can do. Look for help. Sometimes, obviously, in Norse mythology, they would maybe pray to the gods or have the elves come and help them get ready for the next season. But looking back is always helpful. And in a lot of different cultures, cultures will look back to their ancestors and gain strength from things that their ancestors did. So that's something that you can do as well. So kind of think about people from the past, things that they did that you can draw from and then move forward to the future. But this is an excellent time of year just to take stock and be hopeful and excited about the future.
We need to go to Iceland for the elves.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this.
Yeah,
elf thing.
So apparently we're looking at the whole elf thing. So apparently, the majority of the population of Iceland, present day Iceland, believe that like the country is just like inhabited by all these like really really cool elves that like
Cool.
help you out and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're helpful, nice
Yeah.
elves.
Apparently,
I
like if
like
you
that.
drive around, they'll just see little like elf houses on the side of the road that people have built. We need to go see that.
Cool. I need to know more about
Yeah,
elves.
I
I have a need for that.
yes.
And I
So
want to go to Iceland.
yeah, so
So
yeah, so stay tuned. Eventually, there will be a video where we're in Iceland looking for elves.
live from
Live
Iceland
from Iceland.
with the elves.
It might just be me chilling in a hot spring though the whole time.
So many reasons to go to
Yeah, I
Iceland.
mean, like okay, I would enjoy that getting like just chilling in a hot spring, but like
Yeah, but if there was an elf there, that would be super cool too.
that would be really cool
Yeah,
too.
with the elves.
Yeah, there's also a lot of volcanoes in Iceland, so
Awesome.
we'll probably like get back and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I like saw the elves, totally, I talked to them and everything, and you're gonna be like, no, you were just hallucinating in the parking lot of Denny's.
I don't know if they have Denny's there.
Now we have to go and find out.
Hey, we have a lot of reasons to go
Okay,
to
yeah,
Iceland.
we're going. So eventually, so stay tuned. There will be a video eventually of us doing this in Iceland.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. And speaking of, well, actually not speaking of, but good segue. Our next topic. So I know some of you answered Molly's survey that she had in her Instagram.
Thank you, some of you.
Thank you to everyone that said I don't have to give up carbs.
Thank you to 30% of you who agreed that he should give up carbs. 70% of you, whatever. So you're lucky.
Yeah,
I really didn't expect that. I thought everybody was going to be like, no carbs for you.
Do you want me to die? I mean,
no. What Viking friends do is they help each other be stronger.
Yeah,
That's all I
okay,
was trying to do.
Gotcha. So yeah, so anyone that didn't see, so Molly put a survey on her Instagram page whether or not I should give carbs and try the Viking diet. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there is anything officially called the Viking diet. I think that's just what we were calling it. But eventually, what would these men and women have eaten back 1,000+ years ago now? If you look at I think I touched on this in a previous video, but yeah, if you look at the what food was probably around Scandinavia around that time, it would have been a lot of vegetables, a lot of lean meat. There wasn't a ton of, I guess, industrialized meat consumption. So you would have had a lot of your venisons, that type of thing. Obviously, ton of seafood. And tons and tons of vegetables. And you would have from a little bit of the research I did, apparently there was a and one of the in the larger settlements you'd have, in the halls, they'd have almost like I don't want to say a communal, but like there'd be a big pot pretty much always over the fire, and you'd be randomly kind of throwing, they'd be, it's about mealtime, we're gonna throw in the veggies, throw in the meat, whatever and stuff. But I mean, if you keep that pot over the fire continuously, it's never gonna go bad. I mean, bacteria will never be able to grow in it, so technically everything's still going to be good. Like
technically,
can you imagine though how good that would be? Something that's been like, oh, like it had venison in it yesterday, it's getting lamb today, it's getting all these veggies. Like the taste on that, I don't know. I'm not really a foodie, but I think of how good that would
out of this world.
That would taste. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, now I need to build a fire pit and just continuously have a pot of meat and veggies going.
That'd be amazing.
Over it. I don't know we're gonna have to hire somebody to man that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us a resume if you want to just sit around all day and
stir the pot.
Yeah, in my back. Yeah. If you want to like sit in my backyard all day and just kind of stir the pot, continuously adding meats and veggies for mealtime. Yeah. Send me your resume. Cool. The pay will be, you'll get to eat out of the pot, and that's about all I could afford right now. I can't afford to hire anybody, but anyway,
that would be a good payment.
Yeah.
So the vegetables in there. Back to the potato thing. I hate to bring this up again, but let's just discuss this. So
she hates potatoes.
So the roots, because potatoes are roots, they did eat roots. Okay, so they ate carrots and beets. Carrots and beets would be in there, so that would be really interesting.
Are parsnips a beet? I'm sorry, are parsnips a root?
I think so.
Okay, that was something I thought.
And probably parsnips too.
I don't know what a parsnip is. I'm pretty sure I've never had a parsnip.
I think it's white.
But
white in color.
Okay. But yeah,
I don't know if I had one either, but I've seen it in the store.
Okay. Yeah. I want to try one now because I was reading that. I read a couple different articles on different foods, and parsnips came up a bunch. I'm like, what the heck is a parsnip?
So we should maybe make something with parsnips, carrots, beets, and meats.
All right, we'll dig out the pans and yeah. So
That sounds good.
yeah. So
I would eat that.
all right, next week we're doing a stew. That will be next week's video.
Wow, we're gonna be cooking. All right,
Okay. All right.
whatever. We'll do
We'll do a
whatever
stew.
it
Yeah,
is.
we'll do a stew next week. All right. Cool. That was awesome. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We got some cool things planned. I know we're going to be doing. There will be a. I know I at least got one question on this. Yes, there will be a Yule video. Will most likely be done outside around a fire, hopefully in the snow. I don't know. Sometimes winter gets weird around here, and we get 5 feet of snow, and other years it just rains.
We'll probably get some snow. It'll be good, and we'll do the traditional celebration
Mhm.
things, which may or may not include a sacrifice. Not the
Yeah.
kind of sacrifice you're thinking
Yeah.
about.
No. Not.
We'll
Not.
explain what we
Yeah.
mean by
Well. Yeah.
sacrifice
That.
because
Yeah.
it's not what you're thinking. But you got to watch to see.
Yeah.
You'll
Get your
find
minds
out.
out of the gutter.
You
Anyway.
have
Yeah.
to see. And then
All right.
also, we should say we appreciate you watching our videos, but if you're more of a podcast listener,
Oh, yeah.
we have a podcast version now. So if you want to go to our YouTube page, or if you're already on it or not, click on the podcast, and then we'll have our full episodes on there, and you can keep busy running around and you can listen instead of watch.
All right. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Skull.
Go.